Almaty hosted the Digital Agenda into Deglobalization 2.0 Forum to discuss digital transformation in the Eurasian Economic Union countries. The forum was attended by EA-EU prime ministers, international experts, politicians, business people, and managers of large international IT companies and IT technology parks. The forum is held regularly. One of the results of the forum is the establishment of Eurasian Center for Digital Transformation, which is located in Kazakh capital, Astana. At the moment, we are considering 20 projects, which will be addressed at the EA-EU intergovernmental meeting. The project covers all fields, including agriculture, as well as labor and social protection sectors. I would like to mention that establishment of the online labor market is the most interesting project of the center so far. As part of the forum, technology parks from Kazakhstan, Russia, Armenia, and Kyrgyzstan signed a Memorandum of Understanding and Cooperation. This document will allow the EA-EU countries to create joint innovative projects, exchange experiences in promotion and support for startup companies and young IT specialists.
Әрбір елдің өзіндік бір деңгейі бар стартаптардың өйткені инновациялық бағдарламалар.
The countries have different level of startup development. For example, the Russian innovations market is more developed, while Kyrgyzstan is beginning its startup development. We are planning to share our experience with the specialists. Russia and Armenia are closer to Europe, therefore the experience is valuable for us.
Қарым-қатынастары өте жақсы. Сондықтан олардың да тәжірибелері бізге өте үлкен сабақ.
The Digital Forum was initiated by President Nursultan Nazarbayev in October 2017 at the meeting of the Supreme Eurasian Economic Council held in Sochi, Russia. The theme of the event this year is Innovative Ecosystem of Eurasia. International financial institutions support small and medium-sized businesses in Kazakhstan. One of the projects that received support of the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development is a furniture workshop in the village of Koshi in Akmola region. The facility introduced new technologies in their operations, which allowed the enterprise to reduce manufacturing costs.
Цехымыз толық автоматтандырылған.
The operations in our workshop are fully automated. The equipment can be controlled from one center. The managers send the notifications to all equipment simultaneously. The operators receive these tasks and start working on them. The new technologies help us to reach our goals. Previously, it took 1 minute to cut one plank, but now we can cut 5 planks in 1 minute.
5 тақтайшаны бірден кесуге болады.
The commands are processed by the computer. The operators set the measurements such as the size and weight. Following that, the machine glues a tape on a plank.
Мына тақтайшаның лентасы жабыстырылғаннан кейін
After the tape is glued, the plank is delivered to the last machine to give the item its final touches. This is a drilling machine. Using this equipment, we can change the item's form and carve it into an oval shape and put ornaments to the front side of the plank.
мысалы мынандай қылып.
The project is supported by the EBRD. The bank says experts believe that the small and medium-sized businesses in Kazakhstan are developing well.
What we basically do is we finance them through our activity with the local banks. The activity of the SMEs is still, let's say, relatively early in the development. It's more light industry or small transformation, but we are looking at projects in different areas, whether it is in agriculture, that there is some potential, whether it is building materials.
So far, the financial institution has invested $451 million in Kazakhstan, supporting 26 various small and medium enterprises projects. Stock breeders in the East Kazakhstan region plan to export 17,000 tons of meat to neighboring countries by 2022. An agreement on the export was made between entrepreneurs from China and Uzbekistan. The two partners will open a meat processing plant in Ayagos district. Up to 1,400 heads of small cattle will be slaughtered per day as part of the export plan. A feedlot is also planned to be built and opened apart from the meat processing plant. The cattle are planned to be imported not only from Ayagos district but also from Urjar, Jarmin, Tarbagatai and other neighboring regions. In 2018, the Ayagos district received nearly 800 million tenge of subsidies. This year, the grant amount will be increased to 1 billion tenge. Bakit Bek Turis Bekuli has received funds for the development of his farm. He has 780 heads of cattle in his farm. Under the state program, he has bought a wind power plant. The farmer says that the acquisition will have a beneficial effect on the productivity of his farm.
Біздің мақсатымыз әлде де малды асылдандырып.
Our goal is to breed livestock and export the meat to other countries. Currently, due to the Sibaga state program, many young entrepreneurs are beginning to be involved in the animal husbandry industry. This makes us very happy. We hope that in the future, more entrepreneurs will also be involved.
Келешек осы ісімізді жалғастырса дейміз.
Bakit Bek's sons are helping him to develop his farm. The younger generation plans to continue the work of their ancestors in animal husbandry.
Our
president has high expectations on young people to be involved in animal husbandry in the countryside. I urge the young generation to work in villages because there is a lot of work here. There are nearly 300 breeding farms in the East Kazakhstan region. In the next 5 years, an additional 30 feedlots will be opened in the region and another meat factory will be built in Semey. The capacity of the enterprises in Ayagos region and Semey will be 50,000 tons of meat per year. The Belt and Road Initiative is set to contribute to Central Asia's development. Experts believe that cooperation on the project will boost the region's economic development. The initiative will connect Central Asian countries with Europe. The commodity producers in the region will have access to the wider global market. The Belt and Road Initiative will cover approximately 60% of the world's population market. The project will help improve trade and relations between the countries in various sectors.
Благодаря этому проекту выводятся страны Центральной.
The project will allow the Central Asian countries to access the global market. Currently, due to limitations on logistics, the regional countries are not widely represented in the world market. Therefore, this initiative is beneficial.
Поэтому, безусловно, допустим, вот эта инициатива, она очень полезна.
Если первые 5 лет у нас были отношения между государствами, то есть на правительственном уровне, следующие 5 лет, благодаря тому, что вышел все-таки...
In the first 5 years, the countries had relations at the government level, and in the next 5 years, after strengthening the cultural and humanitarian cooperation, the countries improved communications and people started understanding each other better. The next stage is the small and medium-sized businesses, when people trade independently, establish production facilities and joint projects. It is very important to shift from the centralized top-level cooperation to medium and low levels when the people develop their projects along the Silk Road. Experts believe that the Central Asian countries should enhance coordination of their actions within the project to attract more Chinese investment in Central Asia. The countries in the region hold regular meetings to discuss the ways of strengthening cooperation.
Это импульс дополнительный именно для развития экономик стран Центральной Азии. И мне кажется, что...
The Belt and Road Initiative provides an additional opportunity for the economic development of the Central Asian countries. I believe that various public and political organizations in the regional countries support this initiative because of the benefit that this project brings to them. Another important argument is that this project brings together the land routes and the sea routes of the Silk Road, which provides access to a wide range of trading markets. The initiative provides a comprehensive structure covering the logistics and movement of goods in China, Central Asia, and Europe.
Логистику движения товаров на рынках Китая, Центральной Азии и Европы по всем направлениям.
China is one of the leading trading partners for Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Kyrgyzstan, and Tajikistan. The countries in the region are interested in strengthening cooperation with China. The Kazakh government's Year of Youth initiative is very well supported by the Kazakh diaspora in Uzbekistan, particularly in the new Jas Maman program. The new program involves the modernization of rural schools in the country and the active development of foreign teachers. The young generation believes that Uzbekistan's state educational grant program would allow them to have the opportunity to study the various popular and promising courses in the best universities in Kazakhstan. Under the educational program, scholarships are provided for undergraduate, postgraduate and doctoral courses. Uzbekistan has set the goal to enhance its younger generation's capabilities by focusing on education. The Uzbek government has also simplified the recognition process of foreign education diplomas.
Жастарды жұмыспен қамтамасыз ету әрине бүгінгі күннің басты.
It is very important to provide the young people with jobs. Initiatives such as the Year of Youth are aimed at addressing youth employment. The campaign's main goal is to educate and improve the skills of Kazakh students.
Жалпы білімді әлі білікті маман болып шығуы.
Мына бір сөзі бізді ерекше толғантты. Сендер ештеңеден қорықпаңдар.
We were encouraged by President Nursultan Nazarbayev's idea that we shouldn't be afraid and believe in ourselves, our knowledge and skills. To achieve success, we need to enhance our knowledge and improve the quality of education. We will do our best to contribute to the development of Kazakhstan.
Оған өз үлесімізді қоспақпыз. Алдымызға қойған мақсатымыз айқын, міндетіміз жалғыз.
There is an increase in the number of Kazakh youth starting own businesses. 23-year-old Alikhan Aitbayev has recently opened a family restaurant in Taraz. He learned the restaurant business in Malaysia prior to opening his own in Kazakhstan. After returning home, he created a business plan and partnered with a foreign investor. The restaurant is becoming popular and welcomes up to 1,500 customers every day.
Бізде кәсіпкерлікке қолдау деген өте көп. Айтады осы.
The government gives support to businesses. Many people believe that it is impossible to start a business without money and partners. I disagree. The main thing is to start the business.
Ақшасыз да кәсіп жасауға болады. Ең алдымен тәжірибе әрине.
There are 3,000 young entrepreneurs who have their own businesses in Jambil region. Last year, about 800 young men and women underwent entrepreneurship trainings in the region, while 143 of them received loans to start their businesses. This year, 638 million tenge is allocated for the implementation of youth policy and business projects in the region.
The big dog is gray and white. I have one black cat and two gray cats.
The number of young entrepreneurs who received the government support is growing in Kazakhstan. Narkoze Katjan is a new businessman from Aktobe. Young men had long wanted to open an affordable language school where anyone could receive quality education.
Дальнейший план у нас по расширению, конечно, чтобы открыть.
We have further plans for expansion. We are planning to open our school in all parts of the city because there is high demand. I think that in addition to English, we will also introduce new languages such as Chinese, French, and Turkish.
Китайский, это и французский, это и турецкий.
Narkoze Karjan underwent training in Aktyobe School of Young Entrepreneurs. The project is designed for young people aged between 18 and 29. More than 200 people learned business skills at the entrepreneurship school in 4 years of its operation. According to project organizers, creative and talented young people have a lot of ideas, including nail manufacturing factory, flashcards made of epoxy resin, and production of environmentally friendly fuel.
Жастарға бағытталған және бұл жоба бизнестің жол картасы 2020 бағдарламасы.
The School of Young Entrepreneurs was launched as part of the state program Business Roadmap 2020. The project involves young people who are Kazakh citizens. The training program is conducted for 5 days. Students learn the basics of marketing, finance, human resource management, and legal aspects. Upon completion of the training program, students develop and present their business projects.
Алғаннан кейін қатысушылар өздерінің бизнес жобаларын дайындап қорғайды.
At the Year of Youth opening ceremony, Kazakh President Nursultan Nazarbayev has instructed the government to develop a young entrepreneur program and double the financing grant of the Business Roadmap 2020 program. 32 billion tenge will be allocated for the latter program. Bait Terek Development is resuming the construction of residential complexes on the Expo territory. Company representatives said that it has introduced a new sales mechanism, which is installment payment for 12 years at 3% interest annually. The properties can be purchased at the buyer's own expense and through mortgage. 193 apartments are sold at prices of the 7-2025 state program.
Стоимость одной квартиры составляет 17,2 миллиона.
If the cost of one apartment is 17.2 million tenge, then the initial payment should be 3.4 million tenge. Then the monthly payment will be around 114,000 tenge.
В районе 114 тысяч тенге.
1 square meter of the apartment costs 399,900 tenge, while the parking lots cost 735,000 tenge per square meter. The property information is available on the Digital Bait Terek website. Buyers could search for specific apartments online. The second class is comfort class, with a 3-meter high ceiling and a kitchen area of at least 12 square meters. The walls are made of ceramic bricks, which are covered with natural stones. We use heat-resistant materials.
Таспен қапталған, изотерм деген жыл ұстайтын материал қолданғанбыз.
There are a total of 1,574 purchase applications submitted via the Digital Bait Terek website. The sale of housing this year will begin from February 15th. Astana is the main city of the Republic and a center of socio-political and cultural life. On top of modern business centers and unique architectural buildings that have become the hallmark of the capital, there are also buildings with a century-old history, including the House Museum of Kazakh poet and writer Sakyen Seyfulin. The log building of 1846 is an architectural monument. Other buildings, such as log cabins made of wood, have also preserved to this day.
Медресе ашқан қыздар, ол уақытта қыз бен ұл балалар бөлек оқыған.
A madrasa was opened here. Girls and boys were learning. If the girls studied in one part of the house, then the boys studied in the other. Sakyen Seyfulin, who has an outstanding personality, taught his students in this house. Next to the madrasa was a mosque. It was a very convenient location.
Көк мешіт деген мешіт болған. Соған сәйкес мынау алыс болмау үшін әдейі медресе салған.
This building was built in 1910 and belonged to a merchant, Vasily Kubrin. Based on the legend, he fell in love with a ballerina. He asked her to marry him, to which the girl set her own conditions. The merchant had to build a house in Akmola that is similar to high-rise buildings in St. Petersburg. The demand was fulfilled and they tied the knot. However, their happiness didn't last long. The October Revolution started. In October 1920, the building was renamed as the first house of Soviets. 6 months later, headquarters of the revolutionary troika was located there, including OGPU and KVD and others. It has been more than 110 years since the Konstantin Yelenin Church was built. The laying of the temple took place in 1900.
Акиматтың бағдарламасында 46 ескерткіш бар. Екеуі республикаға қарайды. Сол 46 ескерткіш.
There are 46 historical and cultural monuments in the capital. 2 of them are of Republican significance. The Karaotkel Cemetery is in the list of our city's monuments. The cemetery is located in the Jastar micro-district.
Karaotkel дейтін зират бар. Ол да кіреді, осы біздің қаламыздың ескерткіштеріне кіреді.
The preservation of cultural monuments is important as it allows an objective approach to the study of the country's history. In addition, the historical sites are drawing the interest of tourists, experts say. Hand embroidery is an ancient form of decorative art. Women are known to decorate their household items with embroidery. Turkic people are known for the creation of various types of embroidery. Azerbaijan is famous for tekeldus, which is made using colored silk threads. It is a delicate crochet work that requires time and patience. The technique is popular in Sheki city.
Меня свекровка научила вышивать, я начала продолжать ионное дело.
My mother-in-law taught me embroidery. I'm continuing her business. I embroider not only tekel dus, but also tapestries, and I can also paint. There is a difference between Kazakh and Azerbaijani patterns. In Kazakhstan, we have more round patterns, abstracts, and ornaments. In Azerbaijan, we embroider pomegranates, buta ornaments, and patterns from Kalcha or from Nizami Ganjavi poetry.
Рисунков халча. Или из поэзии, например, Низами Ганджави.
Representatives of different nations decorate their national clothes, hats, and household items with patterns and ornaments. Embroidery ingrains patience, accuracy, attention, and perseverance in craftswomen. There is a Kazakh saying, the soul draws embroidery, the hands embroider, and the eyes criticize.